Week 1 of the Sunday NFL season is less than 24 hours away. Some late-breaking injury news has and will occur that could affect your NFL Survivor and NFL DFS Week 1 selections. We'll discuss it, as well as give you all the details to join our 2 free entry contests with a prize pool totals approximately $3,500. It's all coming up next. Hello, everyone. I'm Eric Lee with the Fantasy Football Consultants. And guys, I'm going to admit it. I'm tired. Back at late July, we said we are going to release shows every day up until the season started, and we did it. This will be the last show before the season starts. Folks, if you missed any of the shows, we'll put up on the screen now. All of the links to each of the shows will be in the description of this particular video. And I want to take a moment and thank all of our FFC community. We appreciate you guys so much. In a video a little while ago, I asked the thing that you could really do to help our channel was 2 things. Click the like button as a habit in all our videos, and participate more in the comment section. We do a call of action that says, hey, get your opinion on a specific thing. But you don't need to limit your comments to that. Anything, just tell us how you're feeling. Just tell us, hey, you really appreciate our content, or you really liked a certain take that we gave. That is so appreciative. You guys came up big for us. Thank you so much. And please continue to do so as we go through the regular season. All right. So what I really want to do is get to the late breaking news that will affect your NFL Survivor Week 1 selection, as well as NFL DFS selections. But first, the one commitment we have in this channel is we want to get you involved in the fun. We want to create a sense of community, and we feel like the 2 contests, one NFL DFS, one NFL Survivor, really does that. So we want to make sure you know how to enter both of those contests. The first of the 2 contests we want to talk to you about is our very own FFC NFL Survivor Poll, and it's a $300 prize pool. $200 is going to go to the sole survivor, or if there's more than one person that makes it all the way to the end of the season, then it'll be a split among those survivors. But we have a bonus $100 goes to that sole survivor, or split among the sole survivors, that specifically enter into the YouTube comment section at least 80% of the weekly NFL Survivor videos. This is, again, your way to support the channel. Share your opinion. A very quick comment like, hey, I love you guys' show, or I really like the Raiders this week. Doesn't have to be a long comment. Let's talk about how to enter this contest. The first thing you need to do, if you don't already have it, make sure that you sign up for a free CBSSports.com account. If you already have one, no worries. Just go ahead and log into that account. If you've participated in our NFL Survivor in the past, you should be able to just use this link after you're logged in, fantasyfootballconsultants.football.cbssports.com. However, if you have never participated in our NFL Survivor poll in the past, you likely will get an error message that says, hey, you need to receive an invite for this contest. No problem. Just send us an email at fantasyconsultantsinfo@gmail.com, and we will send you an email invite to that same email that you emailed us. But you got to do that before 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, September 10th. So basically, do it right now. Once you receive that invite, or that you log on and click on this link, you're good to go. Just go to the top of the screen and click on Picks, and then Make Picks, and then on the drop-down menu, and then the slate of games will appear. You pick one team that you are picking to win that week, click the save button, and you're done for the week. That's it. As long as your team wins, you do it again, the whole process the following week. Remember, you can't pick the same team again for the rest of the season. You only can pick each team once. All right. The other contest I want to make you aware of, very few people, including our FFC community, have yet to sign up from this, which means the chances to win are sky high. The last time I checked, I think we only had 20 or 22 people. And here's the deal. Huge prize pool that DFS Hub is passing out. they are giving out over $3,000 of cash prizes for the season, because every week they are going to provide $100 to first place, $50 to second place, and $25 to third place. So what's the contest? You're going to enter an NFL DFS lineup based on DraftKings prices every week. How do you enter? It's super easy. If you want to support our channel, make sure you go to dfshub.com/FFC. We are an affiliate of DFS Hub, and how they know that they came from us is to use that particular link. Once you get to that link, you're going to have an option. You could access their pro access, or their free account. I'll give you a little bit of background of why we really support DFS Hub and we believe in their product. We believe it can save you a lot of time if you play NFL DFS on DraftKings and FanDuel. It lets you see a lot of data and have it all on one screen in order to make good lineup decisions. But also, it's not something I've talked about a lot on this channel, but I think DFS Hub can help you, assist you in your season-long leagues. Because in your season-long leagues, after you do your draft, you need to make start and sit decisions. You can need to make decisions of waiver wire pickups. Both of those are helped heavily by, in the pro access, a lot of the real-time data and real-time breaking news that the site provides. But anyways, let's talk about the difference between the pro access and the always free. The pro access, as you can see on the left side, gives you all of those upgrades. It's $7.49 each week. However, you can try it for just 1 week for only a buck by the coupon code $1. Or you can do it for the entire season for $149. It is your call. You absolutely have the option of just using the free version. Most importantly, you can enter the contest by just signing up for the free version. So you can click the join free option. Now, I know that some people have said that it is confusing a little bit, the lineup builder, because there's a whole lot of information. So I'm going to take time in this video, a couple minutes, to show you exactly how the lineup builder works and how you would enter the free contest. Okay, once you've signed up for an account, you'll just hit the what I call a hamburger menu, these 3 lines. Go to NFL DFS Tools and go to NFL Lineup Builder. So they have a lot of tools on DFS Hub, but probably the best one is this Lineup Builder because it has so much information all there on one page. All right, here's the NFL Lineup Builder. This is what I'd like you to focus in on because I know there's a lot of information on this one screen. The area right up here is your lineup. And down here is the player pool. So the idea is you're going to pull players from the player tool and to put it in your lineup. Once your lineup is completely filled, you're just going to click this button that says free contest, and that enters your team into the free contest. To the extent that you change your mind and you make some changes, no problem, make the changes, then hit free contest again. It'll say you're about to overwrite your previous lineup, and you just say fine. And now your new lineup will be the one that's submitted. So how do you get players from the player pool up to your lineup? So as you can see here, you can sort by position. So if I was trying to figure out what quarterback that I like for week 1, let's suppose I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson. Now note that I have a $50,000 salary cap on DraftKings. So I can pick any players that I want, but I can't go over the $50,000 salary cap. So if I click here, the little lock button, it will move Lamar Jackson up here. And you'll note, because his salary is $8,000, that it now shows I only have $42,000 left. It is as simple as that to build your particular lineup. One thing in the player pool that you can do is you can take any of these categories. By the way, if you hover over it, it describes which these are, and you have ability to go to columns and add other categories if you would like to customize it to other different data points that you want to review. And in the search menu, you could say, hey, I don't want to know everybody, like has Kyler Murray, who's 4th on the depth chart. Just show me people who are 1 on the depth chart. And then it'll only show you that. You could say, hey, I really want you to sort this by points per salary, wherever we think that the biggest value is. And it sorts it from top to bottom. You can have that. If you want to get it back to with no filters, you always can click this button, clear filters, and that will bring back everybody back into, even see Kyler Murray came back, even though he's fourth in depth. All right, let's talk a little bit about NFL Survivor, NFL DFS, and some injury news that has come up. Let's talk first about NFL Survivor. For me, and I know a lot of people are high on Minnesota, including the co-host Michael Wiley, but for me, it was between Washington and Baltimore for the first week. I want to go a little bit on the conservative side as I try to figure out the landscape of this NFL season. Now, I opted for Baltimore on the show, and I said it in the show because I was worried that Washington could be playing in this game without their best offensive player and their best defensive player. Well, the news is out, and despite having turf toe, Washington's star wide receiver Terry McLaurin will play. So that's good news if you're picking Washington in the Survivor Poll. It's also great news in NFL DFS, especially on DraftKings, for Sam Howell. We like Sam Howell before at $4,900, a lot because of his rushing upside, a lot because he's facing at Arizona at home, but he gets his star wide receiver to throw to as well, in addition to Johan Dotson. So we love it. Now, as far as back to NFL Survivor, the other side of the ball, there's a chance that star defensive end Chase Young actually plays. He says he is good to go. He feels fine, but it doesn't matter what Chase Young thinks. What matters is what the doctors say, and the doctors have not cleared him to play. He had a stinger in his neck from the first preseason game, and he hasn't played since, and he's currently listed as questionable. On the other side of the ball, for Arizona, their star wide receiver, stars in quotes because this is Arizona, is Marquise Brown, and he is listed as questionable. There's a significant chance that he doesn't play. So I got to tell you guys, if McLaurin plays, which he will, and Chase Young plays, and Marquise Brown doesn't, wow, that is making me a lot more excited about the Washington pick. So I'm going to continue to watch this news right up to the inactives in making my final Survivor decision. If I go off Baltimore, I will put it in the YouTube comments of the Survivor Week 1 video so everybody knows what my final decision was. If I don't make a comment, it means I'm staying with Baltimore. So let's talk about the other Survivor game that I like, Baltimore 9.5 against Houston. You know, Washington and Baltimore are lucky enough to draw Arizona and Houston, the two teams that are the longest of long shots to win a Super Bowl, according to Las Vegas, both 200-1 long shots. In this Baltimore game, they had a couple of injuries we were originally concerned about. The good news, if you want to pick Baltimore, is that wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. is no longer on the injury list. So he will play this Sunday. However, their tight end Mark Andrews still is listed as questionable. And I got to tell you, Mark Andrews is so important to this Baltimore offense and to Lamar Jackson. If they do not have him, that is a major negative to Baltimore. Now, that said, Houston is dealing with their own injury concerns. Their offensive line has been hit really hard in the offseason. There are 3 starters, including Titus Howard, on their offensive line who were starters last year, who are not going to be available here for week 1. They also lost safety Jimmy Ward, will not play in week 1. So when you're trying to decide between Washington and Baltimore, clearly Baltimore is the one with the greater future value and slightly greater pick popularity. What you have to decide is, do you really feel that more confident about Baltimore winning in week 1 over Washington? And to me, it still comes down, will Mark Andrews play? And what's the situation with Chase Young? And on the other end, Marquise Brown. A couple other injury news. We told you about Jaden Reed and Luke Musgrave, winning starting jobs and being so cheap on DraftKings, but they may even have an expanded role because Romeo Doubs was questionable, and we got to see. Well, guess what? Romeo Doubs was the number 2 wide receiver. Turns out the number 1 wide receiver also got hurt, and he has been declared out, Christian Watson. So it's already clear that Jaden Reed and Luke Musgrave will have an expanded role. Love these picks on DraftKings. But if Romeo Doubs is out as well, wow. So watch that news. The news is kind of the opposite in Denver. We were just about 100% sure that Jerry Jeudy would be out and Marvin Mims would move from wide receiver 3 to wide receiver 2, only behind Cortland Sutton. Jerry Jeudy is still listed as questionable. He has not been ruled out yet for this game. So we will continue to watch the news and make sure that if you're going with Mims, that Jeudy is in fact out. The problem is that this is a late game, so we might not find out officially on Jeudy until the inactives come out, which will be after the early games start. Better news for Tutu Atwell. It is official that Cooper Kupp is out. He may be out multiple weeks, but the bottom line for this game, he is definitely not going to play. So Tutu Atwell at $3,000 becomes a real good bargain on DraftKings and even a viable play at $5,000 on FanDuel. I will make a note for NFL Survivor that a lot of people, I even said on the show that, wow, if Cooper Kupp is out and Ken Walker, the running back for Seattle, is in, that makes Seattle a really viable Survivor pick. And that's exactly what's happened. So if you want to pick Seattle, I understand. I'm not, for one simple reason. Week 7. I said on the show, week 7, they host Arizona. It may be the best game of the week. Week 7 is shaping up to be a really hard week. So I am going to opt to save Seattle for week 7, but I totally understand if you do not want to wait. Another NFL DFS value has surfaced, and that is New Orleans running back Jamal Williams, especially on DraftKings at $5,100. He's a little more expensive on FanDuel at $6,800. Now, he was on our radar originally because Alvin Kamara was suspended. He's suspended for 3 games, so he's obviously not going to play for week 1. But the new news is that the other running back who might compete for Jamal Williams' carries, Kendre Miller, is almost surely going to be out. So, not a bad option if you want to go with Jamal Williams, the Saints running back who's facing the Tennessee Titans. The last option here, what we wanted to bring up, is Jonathan Mingo, who DraftKings is giving away at $3,200, and he's a great price on FanDuel as well at $4,500. So we already knew that DJ Shark is out. The new news is Adam Thielen also is questionable, and he may be out. If Adam Thielen is ruled out, with Shark already out, Jonathan Mingo really becomes a great option. And then there may be NFL Survivor implications here. The Survivor implications is, do you want to go with Atlanta? I know in the comment section, some people have been saying, hey, they really like the Atlanta Falcons this week. With Carolina having their top 2 wideouts out, that makes Atlanta even a more attractive pick. Personally, I don't feel comfortable with Atlanta. So I am not going to go in that route. But if you do, and you do like Atlanta as a Survivor pick, you should feel even better with the news of these wideouts of Carolina being potentially out. We will see you next time with regular season weekly in-season content. There will be 2 weekly shows, one all about NFL Survivor, talking about the previous week, as well as making our picks for the upcoming week. We'll also have an NFL DFS show. On that show, we are going to provide lineups for both DraftKings and FanDuel. And until then, I want everybody to take care. Have a great NFL Sunday. We'll put up on the screen now 2 FFC videos we think that you'll enjoy.